Whoa! Okay. Okay, wrigglers. Wrigglers. Die, wrigglers. What's up here? Oh, hey, big friend. Hey, big friend. Hey, you. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Hey, buddy. Whoa, whoa, hey, buddy. Whoa, whoa, get a little close there, buddy. Little bit close there. Oh, sheep shit. Oh, sheep shit. Oh, that was close. Whoa. And that was a small one? Well, hey there. Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. I'm Joe Mama, your host. We are on Gleba, of course, still there. But I'm starting to wrap my head around a couple of the processes that we have to set up in order to make science. It's a complicated thing, but you know what they say about eating an elephant? You know how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So, oops, let me toss some wood in there, giggity. Yeah, so I had put rocket fuel in there before, but this thing, it loses temperature fast. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. But anyway, yeah, so what I've done here is I've created a little bit of a system for making seeds. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing of rocket fuel into this heat tower real quick. It burns slow, but we can bring this up quite a bit. Anyway, so the important thing here is I set up a little bit of a system. I mean, it's not the best. It's not thought out in any kind of hard math or anything. It's just it's a complete swag, you know, scientific wild ass guess. But it makes seeds. So what I've created here is a nutrient loop. Okay, that's the only real kind of belt system there is, and then off of that I've filtered out all the what do you call it, the spoilage. So we've got spoilage here. It collects, it pulls out here, and I've got requester chests. I'm using a lot of bots, as you can tell. The requester chests pull out spoilage from any place it might occur, and I've got these places here. Okay, what it's doing is this is creating nutrients from spoilage, and the nutrients are feeding the what do you call it, the Yamako processing and the jelly nut processing. And what I'm doing there primarily is creating seeds. Now obviously I'm also creating the mash, the Yamako mash, and the Yamako mash, I'm going to do that every freaking time, and the jelly nut jelly. So it's creating that, which is turning around and being brought to this bioflux, these bioflux labs here. What are these things called? These things are called biochambers. Okay, bio this, bio that. These biochambers are handling the bioflux. They're taking the ingredients from here, except for the seeds, and all of the bioflux that's being produced normally would go to science, but I'm basically just bringing it right back into the system. And oh boy, how much bioflux? Okay, I might have to adjust. It's creating a lot of bioflux. So you know what I can do? Ooh, you know what I can do? I can do this. I can set up, since we're creating a surplus of bioflux, let's do a requester chest, and we'll put this, and we're gonna put 100 bioflux requested. Boom, and it is going to feed. Oh, it doesn't fuel them for frickin' frack 'em. Okay, it doesn't fuel that. Okay, can I pull some spoilage out to do that as well? Okay, that'll work. Okay, well eventually this stuff will spoil and it can feed this right here. Okay, that's a good thing. Only thing is I don't want it to take all of the spoilage if it can avoid it, but that's a good way to get rid of it. But anyway, instead of taking the bioflux and pointing it towards science, I am sending it right back here. I could probably add another biolab here as well. In fact, but I will do this though. Let's, how is it taking care of the All right, I'm actually going to set up another provider chest here. I'm tweaking this as we go. And this will handle, use filters. Filters, I can, this alone, this planet of Gleba alone explains why every freaking inserter uses filters. I don't know how else this would work. All right, I think that's going to do. Okay, so we're keeping this thing supplied with, oh yeah, that's working. Good. So each of these biochambers is doing something, but the process is, this is turning the bioflux back into what's the word? Okay, that I can get away with. There, that's right. Back into nutrients. Okay. And it pulls that into there. And then if I go down here, hook this into that, and oh, right. Okay, boom. And then that. Okay, this is pulling out, this is pulling in. Okay, and then let's make sure. All right, I just need to make sure this thing is doing something. And then any place where any place where spoilage can occur, I've got a filtered inserter pulling it out and putting it into a provider chest to send it somewhere where, especially down here, these biochambers are turning spoilage into nutrients. And you can see we got a glut of nutrients. But, yeah, like I said, instead of normally turning these, instead of turning this bioflux into science, which it could do, we're turning it right back into nutrients so we can keep feeding the system. But the big output that we're getting from it is seeds. And the seeds, now we are using biochambers because I didn't realize this. Board Bob pointed it out, and I happened to see a Facebook post on it this morning that said that this process, like the jelly nut processing and the Yamako mash processing, has a 2% chance of producing seeds. Is that right? Okay, so I'm trying to remember the math of the way it comes out. Like, and then basically it's, and then the seeds produce 50 Yamako fruit and 50 jelly nut fruit. So basically you get parity. If everything goes perfectly, you get parity. But in a system where statistics rule, in other words, there's variance, there's deviation, a standard deviation, you know, have you ever heard that term? You're not going, and oh my gosh, like if you ever played 7 Days to Die and you try to grow super corn, if everything goes perfectly, you're still not going to have enough seeds to sustain yourself. The statistics are going to kill you, and eventually you're going to run out of seeds, and then you're going to run out of the way to make the seeds, so you're screwed. So, but if you use a biochamber, you get a 50% bonus with, oops, we're running out of jelly nuts. Apparently we don't have any jelly nut. I don't have to go check that out. So I may just have lied to you. What about Yamako fruit? Oh, we're short on Yamako fruit too. Okay. No, it's coming. But you get if you use the biochamber, you get a 50% bump in your in your production of everything. So that helps. So let's go down and take a look at something real quick. Where is it? This is way far off the beaten path, which is not really good. This isn't helping things. Certainly not helping the spoilage issue. But what we've got is I've got some Yamako trees here being being planted by this farming machine here, this agricultural tower. It is asking for seeds, and it is getting seeds. The seeds are all being brought down here for the Yamako fruit, and then the Yamako fruit's being harvested, and then it's being put into this, and it's, wow, a whole shitload of it. It's being put into this provider chest. The provider chest is bringing it to the seed production facility, and if we look over here, I want to try something. Do I have another agricultural tower? Okay, so I guess it could have been planted here as well. Plant seeds and I created a whole bunch of soil, Yamako soil or whatever it is, so that it could grow. Does that mean it could grow over here? I mean, it's acting like it could. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if I could grow Yamako. Is it like, do I need to make this soil for these things just so they can grow these trees? I don't know. But it looks like the agricultural tower will function in other places, right? All right, so let's go over here, which I have another facility. Let me make sure I'm heading the right way. Down here, way off the beaten path. Like I said, this is sort of a proof of concept. This isn't a scaled up in any way, shape, or form system. But I just want to kind of, like I said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and that is what I'm freaking doing. Okay, so apparently this is getting enough seeds to do its job, so that's good. So anyway, this is what's happening. So it's producing seeds, so now we've got a production of jelly nut, which is good. Seeds are happening. We need that. And anybody want to... Okay, so here's a thought. When you see the big dot with 5 footy prints around it, do you think that's what those are? You think those look like they might be stompers, pentapods? Is that what they're called? They might be pentapods. You want to go for a ride? Let's go for a run. Let's go check this out. This is where having the pad is nice. Oh, yeah, buddy. Woohoo! Come and get it. Come and get it. Can you go over the water? Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Come on. Don't do that. Come on. Come on. Woohoo. Whoops. Getting close. Getting a little close there. Getting a little close there, buddy. Boom. Okay. Get that thing? Yeah. Okay. Did that give us any pentapod eggs? No, but it gave us some spoilage, so there's that. Okay, let's keep going over here. Let's see what we can see. Oh, where is it? Oh, this thing right here. Look at that egg raft. Whoo, that's a big one. I don't know that I want to puncture it. I don't want to get... oh, you. Okay. Spindly friend. Oh, you shoot shit. Okay. Whoa, buddy. Oh, you don't last long, though. You don't last long. Where'd you go? Oh, you're right there. Okay. Interesting. Okay, buddy. Yep, I see all the little egg sacs there. Anything down here? More egg sacs, huh? Okay, I see all the little wrigglers. Well, I know where to get eggs then. Okay, excellent. Okay, this thing is definitely doing its thing. That's good. No seeds to plant at the moment, but I think we're good. Oh, he's bringing seeds. Good. So seeds are happening. Now, ideally, I'd like to have those planters, those agricultural towers, a little bit closer to where we are, to where our process is. But at least we know it's working. Like I said, this is producing seeds. We're using this here to make nutrients. We're using these down here to do the jelly nut and Yamako processes. Then we're turning those into bioflux, and we're turning the bioflux back into nutrients. And then basically it's starting a big loop, the whole point of which to create seeds. But, okay, and the reason I'm using bots, I tried it with just belts, and I got it to work, but it took a lot of intervention from me to just tweak this, tweak that, and okay, well, this stopped working because everything backed up, and it was not going particularly well. It required a lot of intervention from me, a lot of interfering with things. But this is, I can kind of make it work. It's working. If I set up a requester chest, it will receive what it needs from something. I don't really care what. And if I set up a provider chest, it will send the stuff where it needs to go. I don't really care where. Okay, that's actually running out of... Okay. No, it's doing its thing, though. No, it's doing its thing. That's fine. A little bit. Did I pick up anything? Did I grab anything that I could use? No. Okay. So using the chests and the bots, it's working. It might be a little bit clumsy, but it's working. Like I said, I didn't do any ratios to make this work, but this is doing our first process of producing seeds. That's kind of what we needed to do. Let me do a quick check on what's going on. Okay, the Raj is back home. How loaded up is it? It's still waiting on ammo and lasers, but otherwise it's loaded. I actually tweaked the Raj a little bit. I removed a tank of fuel and oxidizer, both, so that I could reroute belts, so that I could add more storage space. It seemed to be a bit of an issue. And tweak the belts. And you know what? I think that's sort of like a rite of passage with these things, that you have to somehow find a way to tweak the belts and the pipes and the tanks and the chem plants in such a way where there's like almost no usable space anymore, and no spare usable space. Everything is consumed, every bit of space. I'm not there yet, but it's almost like, oh man, I want to get it so it looks that way, so you can't see any flooring, any platform anywhere that's bare. Every space is used. If you've ever been to the Republic of South Korea, I want to say that close to 100 million people live on that peninsula. It's a lot, or I mean, maybe I got that number wrong, or maybe I did some kind of population projection on that peninsula one time. And it's such a small space. I think it's about the size of Indiana. And but so many people live there. And so if you ever go to visit, which I highly recommend, love my time there, every space is used. If it's a flat space, it's a parking lot, it's a high rise, it's a rice paddy. I mean, it's kind of funny. You'll see high-rise buildings right next to rice paddies, and then, you know, people that they'll be drying the rice out on the sidewalks right next to a super highway. It's pretty impressive. But anyway, they use every space, and I think if I could do that with a ship, every available space being used to make it weigh as little as possible. But, you know, anyway, I'll get there. I think the Mobius is even worse. It's actually, there's a lot of dead space on it, but it's slowly getting, like right here, I'm trying to figure out how to use this better. I think the cheat that I use is solar panels. If there's a solar panel there, it simply means I couldn't find a way to use the space. So that's all that is. But eventually I'll get the nuclear power up and running. It's just not a priority right now. Okay, so let's go to Novice. So before we get science going, science, if you don't know, has a timer on it. Let's see. So we can now, let's see, right there, it says Agricultural science packer at the bottom, spoil time, 1 hour. Okay, which I think is adjustable. But after 1 hour, the science spoils, so you have to get it to the lab quick. And so I'm making sure as much as... close that out. I'm making sure as much as possible that... okay, map, close in, that the system is ready to go. So I went ahead and created a line of Mountain Dew Science. Okay, have I... oh, I haven't requested it yet. Okay, there we go. I need to request Mountain Dew Science. So let's do that. All right. So that way, even if we put the Raj in orbit and we don't send it down ourselves, it will call for it. So that's what we want. Also, give it a place for it to go. So it comes out onto this belt. I've got these 2 provider chests that will act as storage, and then it will double up with the pumpkin spice, and it will follow that belt to the lab, which, by the way, I've already set up the little filters on the double length inserters. So I think we're good to go as far as the logistics system goes to handle it as soon as we can produce it. The only thing I wish that I would like to do better than I'm doing right now is the ship that's going to handle it. I need a good ship to do that. Okay, this is actually not keeping up as well as I was hoping. So the power thing might be a bit of an issue. What was... you know what? What will it burn? Will it burn straight up? It'll burn Yamako fruit. You know what? Let's, do I want to... do I dare do it? Let's do that. There was a lot of extra Yamako fruit. Maybe we can... there is so much extra fruit there. So we're keeping up, but we really kind of need to keep this thing going too. Let's see what it does. Let's see if the Yamako fruit comes in somehow. I've only just set up the request, so it might actually take a little while. Okay, it's dropped below the it's dropped to the 500 mark. Or below 600. It's in the 500s, and we kind of need to keep it above 500 or these turbines will stop spinning. Alright, come on. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. That's better. Oh, but it chewed them up something fierce, didn't it? It wasn't terrible. Okay, wasn't terrible. Now, how's the jelly nut situation? Could we, theoretically, if the jelly nut is building up, 400... is that more than it was or not? You know what? It's still not being picked up fast enough, so let's go ahead and add jelly nut to the list of stuff that it can burn. Okay. Maybe we can set up a priority of some sort. But we need to sustain that temperature. Need to keep it above 500. All right. And that's the way to go, I think, so far. These towers, but I don't know. Nuclear maybe later. Not really sure what the best way to go is. I guess I could try to do solar. I could keep doing solar. You know what? I might do that. Let's find a spot over there. Will that work? No, it won't. This'll work. All right. Definitely bring solar cells with you when you come to Gleba. It's not great, but it's not quite as bad as Fulgora was. Fulgora was bad as far as solar. Oh, do I not have any accumulators? Well, let's grab some. Racha. Okay, grab solar. I'm just gonna grab a whole butt ton of them. All the things. Okay. Now let's go over here and do it. I can't remember how much power this tile produces, but I want to say it's close to 1 megawatt. I'm not for sure on that. Oh, wow. Okay, it's keeping up. Who knew? That's fine. As long as these guys aren't starving for their fruit, I'm okay with that. Though that doesn't have any jelly nut. Okay, let me go back down. What are we looking at? It'll work. It'll work. The system abides. I hope. I hope. Come on, give me that jelly nut. Give me that. Give me that nut. Okay, so the fueler is doing its thing. Good. So it really is time to start thinking about what to do for eggs. Okay, so because science. Okay, let's see how the science works. The science, bioflux. We got bioflux. Bioflux we got. But now we've got this pentapod egg thing. So that's the other ingredient. Now there is a process. How does it work? Okay, we could take one pentapod egg, 30 nutrients, and 60 water. And that produces 2 pentapod eggs. So basically we're turning 1 egg into 2. And then I really would like to make science before the end of this is done, but we need to get ourselves some pentapod eggs. So does that mean... Okay, so if we can take 1 egg and produce it, we can take 1 egg and go back into the system, can we not? Okay, let's think about that for a second. If I take 1 egg in here, let's set it up for pentapod egg. Now we've got water. We got water right here. And there we go. Just got to think this through. Obviously it needs nutrients. We can take care of that. We got this nutrient loop, which is clearly well loaded. And I mean, there's nutrient waiting there to be used. In fact, let's see. You know what? I did this wrong. Let's do that. Let's move this thing up 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay. And we'll go ahead and pair it up because, you know, why do 1 when you can do 2 for twice the price? Anybody remember that movie? Why build 1 when you can build 2 for twice the price? Okay, so pentapod egg. Pentapod egg. So we got the bioflux ingredients, then we'll have this thing. So we have the ability to make science. Okay, now we can get the nutrients. I'm not going to pull in just yet. But for the pentapod eggs, why the hell? You know? I mean, I know why the hell we make more, but jeez. Why are we inviting disaster? So the nutrients come in, which, let's get this set up, kinda. And, okay, I'll turn them off to the side right now. Then we're going to have a provider chest here that will take care in case the nutrient spoils. I don't think it will. I think the little pentapods have a. I think they'll hatch before before anything spoils, before the egg spoils. So we got the water. So we got the place for the spoilage to go. Let's see the eggs. So we have to. If it makes 2, then the way I see it, we need like an even split. If it's going to make 2, again, I could be totally off on this. So 1 egg could go. I gotta get 1 egg back into the system somehow. Alright, let's find a way to maneuver these in a way that's out of the way. Okay. So 1 egg has to come back. And 1 egg has to go on its way. However we cut it, 1 egg has to come back. And a splitter seems like the smart way to do that. This is just goofy as hell. Is it not? Okay, so eggs come out. Okay. And then egg goes back in. Oh, you know what? I can actually save. Okay. Let's do this. So eggs out. You got to use it economically because there's clearly this potential for a lot of belts to come in and out of this thing. So all the eggs are pulled into here. They come this way. Then they will split, right? And then they got to go back in. Okay, but they have to be split. I have to evenly split them. Otherwise, one will get 2 eggs and the other will get none. Because stack inserters. Okay. So 1 goes this way. 1 goes this way. Okay. It's a little goofy, but it's the only way I can think to make this work. Okay, dunk, dunk, dunk. Okay, so that puts the eggs back. Water's already introduced. Nutrients we can start to introduce. And then spoilage will come this way. And okay, so the eggs that are extra, or the eggs that are produced, are actual product, are net gain. Are going to come over here, and there will be more biochem labs, or whatever they are, biochambers. And let me guess. If I tell it to produce Mountain Dew Science, is nutrients required for that as well? Of course it is. Okay. So let's do this. Just bring the belt down here. Again, this is proof of concept. This is by no means a mass production setup, okay? But this is just to see if this whole shebang will work. Okay, look at the spoilage on that. Okay, it's gotten very quiet. Why is it so quiet? What are you waiting on? You're waiting on fruit. Okay, well, fruit is coming. Fruit is coming. Okay, yep, do your fruit thing. Oh, by the way, let me go check on this, because this was... okay. This one might be in trouble. We might be running out of jelly fruit. So let me take jelly fruit off this list. We need all we can get. Okay. Are we sustaining? We're sustaining. Yeah, let's keep jelly fruit off of it. Doink, doink. I need to keep it going long enough. Okay. Eggs. Eggs. I'll set filters. I even set filters even if I don't need to. It's just... it keeps things straight. In this DLC, it's become so much more important. Okay, again, it's important to provide a provider chest for spoilage. Okay, where's that at? Boom, boom. So there's spoilage comes out. We need a requester chest for bioflux. Okay. And the eggs are already coming. Okay, so not a big deal there. I'm gonna make sure I use filters on these as well. Okay. Because basically it tells me it's not just filtering the materials, it labels the inserter, and it's telling me what the purpose of that inserter is at a glance. You know what I'm saying? All right, I am not going to do anything until we come back with an egg. Okay. Then I'll rotate those inserters in the way they need to go. Okay. I think we may have run out of green jelly. Okay, no, there's some jelly nut. All right, let's go get some Pentapod eggs. And see if the process works. Okay, let's look at the map. Gotta go down some. Yeah, I was working on some landfill there, like possibly setting up another place to work, but meh. Oh, hello, little friend. Not so little. Okay. Oh! Is that a big one? Oh, it's still a small stomper. Where the hell did you come from? So you can go over the water. Okay, well, that's interesting. Boom, okay. Let's see, where was that egg sac at? Oh, you're gonna die. Okay. Get that egg sac. Grab the eggs. Let's see how long this thing will sustain. I mean, in theory, it should go for a little bit, huh? I mean, do we just need to add a couple of pentapod eggs and then it will just keep going? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. As long as we got some bioflux to work with, then we should be good. Okay, so rotate that and rotate that. Okay. Okay. That will work. That will work. Then... boom. Boom. Well, let's see what it does. Oh, and I guess I should have a place for science to go. Oh, right. Power. Let there be power. Okay, provider chest. Boom. And then... seems like it already shut down. Oh, what? Oh, bioflux. Dadgummit. We need bioflux. Okay. Forgot to ask for bioflux. And these are going to be science. Okay. So how long will this go? Will this maintain itself? I wonder. Will it keep making science? Okay, I am going to do one other thing. Just because reasons. Okay. Just because. Just have this feeling. Okay, so I think it is sustaining itself. Okay. Now, I don't know what it's going to lead to in the future. But it seems like... Okay, you know what? I don't like the fact that they're using stack inserters here for pulling the pentapod eggs. Okay, I want it to be a little more evenly split, like the stack inserters. Or they're not stack inserters, they're bulk inserters. They're waiting to grab a stack of them, and I don't want them to do that. I want them to go right to work. And how much science? They're making science. They're doing it. They're totally doing it. Okay. Well, I like that. We've got a process that's working. Okay. It's clearly going to need to be tweaked a little bit because we're still waiting on fruit to show up. We might be in trouble with fruit. Like, this is still waiting on some mature trees. Okay, so farming might be our sticking point for now. Okay, but we are indeed making science, and that's good. And I'll probably have a pentapod invasion in the not too distant future. Yeah, we came in with just a handful of pentapod eggs, and now we've got a bunch, and it's doing the job. It's sustaining itself. That's good. That is a good thing. Okay, well, there we go. At least in a rudimentary way, we've got science going, and I'm gonna let this go, see how far it'll last, see how long it will last, and hopefully it'll last a good long time, and you know, maybe long enough that I can send some of the science back. The only thing is, this science is spoiling. It it's only going in with a little bit of freshness. It is spoiling after a time, so I'm gonna have to move it along soon. Let's see, is there anything, any tech that we can... Tree seeding? Oh, tree seeding, we could do that. Yeah, so there's a few things we could probably do, but I will handle that off camera, I think. But for now, I think we've got a process that works, and I hope somebody found this either entertaining or educational, and can learn something from it. I'm actually going to send this guy to Gleba because I want it to pick up the science and bring it back to the science labs. We can use it. We will use it. I will hand carry it and bring it to the rocket if I freaking have to. And because that will give us some of the science we're looking for. So yeah, anyway, hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully found it useful. We'll see what happens in the future, and whenever that might be. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao. Okay, there goes our green science. There goes our Mountain Dew science. And let's go to novice. And let's see it drop in there. There goes our green science. Okay. I want to see this happen. Our first Gleba Science going out into the world. Okay. And if I can put these the right way. There we go. I can put these inserters the right way. Okay, why you no science? Why you no do science? Oh, okay, I see. There we go. Do that. Do that. I had the inserters pointed the wrong way. See, that's the sort of thing. Okay, now go do science. Science away, my little beauties. And tree seeding should happen super quick. I'm actually going to turn one of these into a requester chest that requests... well, let's do this. Okay, requester chest. Yay! Did it. Alright, and it will request Mountain Dew Science wherever it might be. If it's in storage somewhere, this will request it and get it right back into the circulation. Alright, excellent. Excellent, so we did it. So we got tree planting, which is good. That means we can create wood for the machine. That is good news for us. But Pentapod eggs are hurting. How much science is in the rocket? Any? 200 science. Oh, kind of want to get that up there. I would have to bring the Raj back, and I don't know that I want to do that yet. Anyway, so there we go. First science made. First research done with that science. So, yay us.